The Lunar New Year event is right around the corner in Clash of Clans, but because of the expansion of the Clash of Clans team and the amazing events we've had lately, it's possible this is going to be the best Lunar New Year we've had yet. In this video, we're going to be discussing what to expect from the Lunar New Year in 2024, when to expect the event to drop, and how to prepare to make the most out of this auspicious event. And guys, you want to stick around because this video has cracked tips that you can't get anywhere else. Now, the best way for us to discuss the future is to analyze the past, and in the past we've got tons of things as cosmetics for Lunar New Year. The last few years have graced us with unique sceneries that honestly have been some of my favorite out of all of my sceneries, so I think we'll definitely get some type of scenery. Furthermore, we usually get some really cool hero skins or some really, well, interesting hero skins. But the hero skins that we've had in the past have usually lined up with the animal for the Lunar New Year. And guys, I think this is the best year for us to get a hero skin. This is because this year is the year of the dragon, and I think a dragon skin on any hero would instantly become a community favorite. In fact, I'm already writing off the expense that will be me buying this hero skin if it drops. Aside from the scenery and the skin though, the last thing we usually get is a decoration, and although the Lunar New Year decorations have been top tier in my opinion, most of you are clearly not that excited for it. This is completely understandable considering the sheer amount of decorations that are available in the game now. But I wouldn't sleep on the decorations because the Clash of Clans team has been cooking a lot of really good stuff lately. But aside from all the things that we usually get, what else can we expect for the Lunar New Year? Well, many of you know that I've been talking about the frozen arrow quite a bit already since it's been teased by Supercell in their videos. Now, from how things went with the giant gauntlet, we can predict that the epic equipment can be expected during big events and passes. And to be frank, I don't know if there's another big event until Clashiversary, and that would be way too long for us to be waiting for an event, especially considering that we've had the frozen arrow teased for weeks. Therefore, I think it's definitely possible that we get the frozen arrow for Lunar New Year. And if we get the frozen arrow, we might also get an event pass to go with it, since that's how the giant gauntlet was released. And if we get an event pass, we might also get some unique troops that we can use as well during this event. But just a reminder, none of this is confirmed. This is just the things that I think we could possibly get based on this new era of Clash of Clans events and updates. And to be 100% transparent with everyone, I know there are tons of leaks and stuff out there on different sites, but the truth of the matter is we don't know when anything will be actually coming to the game, and only Supercell knows that information, so I wouldn't get too excited until things are actually in the game. Now, if you guys are trusting me, my experience, and my gut instinct, which is usually pretty bad after some burritos, then we know this is going to be a really big event. But now the big question is, when is this event going to occur? Last year, the Lunar New Year event dropped around mid-January, but that's expected as the Year of the Rabbit started January 22nd. This year, things are a little different. The Lunar New Year actually starts on February 10th. This is really interesting to me because if we get a brand new troop for this event, Supercell can actually avoid having people abuse it during CWL by starting this event right when the Lunar New Year does. This should be the case since event troops are usually super overpowered. Thus, I think this is what makes the most sense, and therefore expecting the event sometime in February seems really logical. That being said, it's also very possible that the event drops next week, which would actually be the same time that this video would drop, which would actually make this video a very poorly timed video. I hope that really doesn't happen. Either way, I think it would make the most sense to work around CWL, so I would expect this event to come after that time. Okay, so now that we know what to expect from the event and when it would make sense for the event to take place, how do we prepare for this event so that we can maximize this opportunity? First things first, if we're getting the frozen arrow, you want to save up to upgrade that. There's no downside to saving up ores for for events, since you can ball out on upgrades if we don't get any new equipment. But if we do get new equipment, you can get a really high level on that piece of equipment really fast, which will help you get a big power spike. And look, let's not beat around the bush. If the frozen arrow comes out, it will immediately become a good choice for the queen from what we know so far. In fact, if the numbers are like what we've seen so far, I would actually put the frozen arrow right next to the giant gauntlet in priority, but of course I'll do those numbers if the equipment actually comes out. This means that if you're upgrading anything other than the invisibility vial for the queen, it might be worth it to just delay any further upgrades until we see how good the arrow is. Now, aside from the equipment, there are other things you can do to actually prepare for this event. For example, if you're in Legends League, you might want to consider dropping out, since you're limited on attacks in Legend League, and this will make it harder to complete the event. On the other hand, if you're in a lower league, you might want to consider pushing up so you can stockpile more ores for the event. And if you're strapped for cash, you might want to have one less hamburger so you can afford the event pass if there is one. And you might want to hit the gym too. I'm just kidding, guys. I mean, I'm one to talk, right? Now, since the events usually require us to destroy buildings to get some type of currency, it's generally a good idea to level up your lightning and earthquake spells so you can use them to complete the event quickly. And speaking of completing the events quickly, the event completes a lot faster towards the end of the event, so you actually want to do your alternate accounts later on. Alright, now with all of that being said, I want to take a moment to talk about something really important you guys probably aren't thinking about. If this Lunar New Year event just gives us some cosmetics and a few decorations or skins, then it's just a normal Lunar New Year event this year. But if we get an event pass, new equipment items, and event troops, this is going to be the best Lunar New Year that we've had yet. But what do you guys think this will mean for the rest of the Clash of Clans year? Yeah, we're probably going to get a ton of awesome events and equipment throughout the year, but the flow of the normal game will change too. We will have to adapt to event troops every 2 or 3 months and deal with the shifting meta due to the equipment that is being released. Personally, I don't think this is an issue, but more of a consequence of what has to be done. Slowly and slowly, Clash of Clans is becoming more and more variable, which is allowing for new strategies, fresh ideas, and more skilled gameplay to be used in the game. But because of that variability, it might become hard for players who like to keep things simple just to keep things simple. I don't know for sure how to interpret this change, but if you guys have any thoughts, do let me know in the comments. One thing we know for sure though is that the Lunar New Year 2024 has the potential to be the best Lunar New Year event so far in Clash of Clans, and I am extremely excited for the Year of the Dragon. But this year is not going to be the best if you don't know the tips and tricks to make you a better attacker and a better player in Clash of Clans. That's why you should watch this video right here, which will showcase all of the important things you need to know to improve in 2024.